What's up, guys? Fans right here, talking about One Piece chapter 842. This chapter was pretty damn short, 17 pages, and it's early. And even though this chapter was kind of short, we got a good amount of information on the fights that are going on with Luffy and Cracker, and more information on Sanji, on how he learned how to become chivalrous towards women. And they kind of switched the scenes a couple of times between Luffy versus Cracker and the Sanji and the Vinsmoke family. So it wasn't purely Sanji and the Vinsmokes. So we go back and forth between two scenes. We find out how Luffy is able to fight against Cracker, and it just shows how strong Cracker is because he needs Nami to help him out. And it makes sense the way that they're fighting Cracker. So apparently Nami is using the rainwater to soften up Cracker's biscuits. And I kind of like that. I kind of reminds us that even though Haki is involved with the devil fruits and all the fighting that you use, a devil fruit can still have its weakness. Every devil fruit has its opposite power where it's a weakness. And remember, Nami's using water. She's not necessarily using another devil fruit, so I don't think Cracker can use Haki to just completely negate that water is falling on his biscuits. And the fact that water is falling on his biscuits, Luffy is able to eat all those biscuits up, and he's able to still fight against Cracker. So I find that really interesting. It kind of reminds us every devil fruit still has its weakness. Every devil fruit still has its opposite power, something that can always negate it. So I love that. Nami, man, she was just being Nami, being a little evil little bitch that she is. She's leading the trees who apparently have to obey her. God, my dog. You okay? Alright. Don't die. All the trees are obeying what Nami is saying because she has a Vivre card, and I want to know some more information about that. Why is that? I mean, it's just a Vivre card. It has apparently Big Mom's power. I don't know if it has something to do with her having a piece of her soul in there and it might hurt Big Mom, but it's really. You okay? Stay right there. No, stay right there. Stay. Go. Okay. I don't know why the Vivre card is causing this much problems for Cracker. Why do they have to obey it? And even Cracker gets pissed off at the trees, the homies. And he's basically you betrayed Big Mom. I don't care if that is a Vivre card. And I need some more information. More information on the Vivre cards. So it's foreshadowing for what the Vivre cards and what their purpose is. If you hurt the Vivre card, are you causing damage to the person? That makes no sense though, because in the past people have been able to rip up the Vivre card and they've been able to hand it out to other people. And so I'm just thinking why are the homies helping out Nami and they're obeying her every will? I hope Oda's obviously going to answer that later on because he's such a master at foreshadowing. So on top of that, we get Sanji and some information on why he apparently doesn't hit women and why he's so damn chivalrous. First, we see Reiju putting on the mask, and it doesn't heal him, but it puts down the swelling on his face after he got his ass kicked by his brothers, so that he can go to his wedding per se without looking like a swelled up freaking apple or something like that. But there's still damage in his face, so I'm oh, so double-edged sword, man. Something's gonna probably happen later on down when he does fight again, and the pain is probably gonna come back to his face immediately. So I'm pretty sure that's going to affect his fighting down the road. So it turns out he gets his chivalry from Zeph, which I'm okay, I think that was kind of predictable because I was kind of hoping maybe we'd get some more info on maybe his mom made him taught him that chivalry, or maybe he saw his dad beating up his mom or some form of abuse that might have forced him to become chivalrous. But it turns out he was he was not chivalrous at all before he met Zeph, because he was totally fine with hitting women. But Zeph was oh, don't you ever hit women, that's the biggest rules before the men and dinosaurs ever came to be. And whether or not you agree with Sanji's chivalry, it's it's up to you. But he stays true to his character. There are times in the past where it kind of pissed me off because it would affect the story and his other characters. But I'm okay, you're staying true to your colors. But we learned that's how he became chivalrous. But I was kind of hoping it would be more deeper into him and his backstory with his family and the Vinsmoke. But it turns out they were even shocked at how much chivalry he had towards women. So it's okay, I guess. It's from Zeph. Nothing big there. I guess people already predicted that. But towards the end of this chapter, we get a new Gear 4th form. And it's from Luffy eating all those crackers. And he's fat as hell. I'm like, jeez, he can like roll over people in his Gear 4th with all that speed. So Cracker, he tries to get Luffy with his big giant sword, and he goes all pretzel on him. Then Luffy goes Gear 4th, and you see his arms are covered in hockey and little arms, and he's huge, man. He's a huge balloon covered in hockey, and he absorbs Cracker, and he shoots him out like a freaking cartoon, like boing. And then he asks Nami not to lessen the crackers, not to soften them up, and they're hard as hell. And freaking Cracker goes boom right through all the freaking biscuits. And I'm like, I think Cracker might be down for a little. Now he's down, but he's not dead. He'll probably be back later on. Like they probably just knocked him unconscious so they can get away, because there's no way in how Cracker's gonna come back later. Because Cracker's fucking strong. He's too strong to be taken down like that. And plus, it's One Piece. People don't die too often. But it makes for an interesting fight, this chapter, man. It was pretty damn awesome, man. I really enjoyed this chapter. I just wish Sanji's chivalry reveal would have been a little less predictable. I mean, I guess Zeph was the obvious answer because he was his parent. He taught him that. But I was kind of hoping for, I guess, more so learning that from his mom. But, oh well. I mean, that's my personal want for Sanji. But it was a good chapter, 4 out of 5. Pretty short chapter. Can't wait for the next one. I don't remember if we're going on break. I gotta check that again. I hope we're not. Fantard out.